Stephanie, I'm going to come to you. Your thoughts on the anti-Semitism. First of all, I'm eager to hear from you, and then your question for the ambassador.
Yeah, I think there's so much to say about the anti-Semitism that we're seeing around the world right now. In every other war that happens not on American soil, you don't see an uprising of hateful, violent, incendiary voices against the perpetrators of the war or the victims of the war. And in this instance, it's just an excuse and a catalyst for so many people to show their true hate, and there are no consequences for that. And we're seeing it in our streets, on our college campuses, our schools, as young as pre-K, teachers indoctrinating students and parents on this hate. We're seeing it in offices, and it's trending. It's trending on social media. It's in our streets. It's private school kids in New York City are drawing swastikas on buildings. It's everywhere. And I think that leads to one of my questions, which is there a limit, in your opinion, to free speech? We all know you can't go into an airport and shout bomb, and yet right now you can chant on college campuses to kill all the Jews, or wave a poster that says keep our streets clean, which is exactly Nazi propaganda. What are the limits when it threatens the safety of a group of people or incites violence against them?
I mean, we're blessed because we have free speech. We never want that to go away. But the difference is when you are pushing violence, when you're pushing genocide. I mean, that's what this is. When you support Hamas, you're basically saying that you support that Israel shouldn't exist, that you support that the Jewish people shouldn't exist. And so what I've said is, if you look on these college campuses and you see what's happening, if that were the KKK doing that, every college president would be up at arms. What we need to remind Americans is anti-Semitism is no different than racism. They are both evil, and we don't want to have that happen. But let's go to the core of this. Anti-Semitism was always bubbling underneath the surface. But now we're seeing this massive exaggeration of it. But no one's talking about why. The truth is, if you look at social media, the misinformation and the dramatic sides of social media are instigating this. Why? Because it's being pushed by Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. It is why, when I get into office, the first thing we have to do, social media accounts, social media companies, they have to show America their algorithms. Let us see why they're pushing what they're pushing. The second thing is, every person on social media should be verified by their name. That's, first of all, it's a national security threat. When you do that, all of a sudden people have to stand by what they say, and it gets rid of the Russian bots, the Iranian bots, and the Chinese bots. And then you're going to get some civility when people know their name is next to what they say.
Accountability.
And they know their pastor and their family member is going to see it. It's going to help our kids, and it's going to help our country.